Good morning. Welcome back to Concierge Weight Loss. Today's question is a big one. A question most women never say out loud, but many have thought it at some point. They're wondering, will I finally be happy when I lose weight? Maybe for you, the question sounds a little different. Maybe it's when I lose weight, um, I will finally feel comfortable in my body. I'll like what I see. When I lose weight, I'll finally feel confident, or I'll finally stop worrying about what other people think. Maybe I'll finally be proud of myself. For years, I believed some version of that. I thought happiness was waiting at a smaller size. Those skinny people, those were the people that were happy. They were confident, they liked their bodies. I thought confidence was waiting at a lower number on the scale. I thought self acceptance was something I would earn once I got to my goal weight. And honestly, sometimes weight loss did. It did make me feel better. When I was losing weight, I felt proud. I felt accomplished. I felt hopeful. But then something interesting happened. Whenever I regained weight, I felt disappointed, sometimes embarrassed or frustrated, like I had let myself down. And over time, I realized something very important. I had accidentally tied my worth, my confidence, and acceptance to what my weight was. When the scale went down, I felt good. I felt good about myself, my body, what I was doing. But when the scale went up, I felt bad about myself, bad about how I was doing it. It wasn't good enough. It was taking too long. I was never going to figure it out. I would make all of it feel very bad just because the scale went up. The scale wasn't just measuring my weight, it was measuring my value. Like I said, my worth, my value, my confidence, my acceptance of myself, or at least that's how I was treating it. That is exhausting because your self worth, the thoughts about yourself, end up riding a roller coaster every time your weight changes. And I can tell you that I can weigh 7 days in a row, and I'll probably get probably 4 or 5 different numbers over the course of a week. So, weight loss doesn't solve every problem. So, now before we go any further, I want to be clear. Weight loss can definitely improve things. It improved my mobility and my energy, the majority of my health markers, definitely my physical comfort, and yes, confidence in certain situations. There are real benefits. I'm not pretending there aren't. But I think many of us quietly ask weight loss to do things it was never designed to do. We ask it to make us feel worthy, to make us lovable, to make us desirable, to make us enough. We ask it to erase years of self criticism. And that's a lot to ask from a simple number on the scale. There is a moving finish line. So once I noticed in myself and in my clients that the finish line keeps moving, first it's I'll be happy when I lose 10 pounds. Then it's no, I'll be happy when I lose 20. And then I'll be happy when I fit into smaller jeans, or I'll be happy when I get to goal weight. And happy might not be the word you use, but then it becomes I'll be happy when I maintain it. And so we keep changing that finish line. Eventually, that I'll be happy when my stomach looks different, or my arms, or my legs, or whatever my body part that I've decided is not okay enough and it needs fixing next. The problem isn't the goal. The problem is believing that happiness lives on the other side of it. Because when we do that, we postpone our lives. What if you never reach your goal weight? I want you to sit with this question for a minute. What if you never reach your goal weight? Would you still go on vacation? Would you still buy clothes that fit or get in the pictures with your friends and family? Would you go all in on your relationships or would you wait? Would you still enjoy your life? Most women immediately want to say, yes, of course I'm going to do all those things. But their actions or some version of their actions say no. They keep waiting. They don't fully get involved. They're waiting to wear the outfit or take the trip, waiting to feel attractive or proud or excited that they're doing it. It's still not enough. That's what happens. We become like we're waiting to live. And I think that's one of the saddest costs of weight loss. Not the diets, the waiting. Acceptance is not giving up. This is where people get nervous. They think, if I accept myself, all of myself right now, every wrinkle and cellulite, bump, lump, the scale, the size of my clothes, how I look, fat rolls and all. I hear that all the time. If I accept myself, I'll just stop trying. I hear that all the time, but that's not what happened. That's not what happens for me. That's not what happens for my clients. So in CrossFit, I learned something very interesting because there's a lot to learn through doing that. I can appreciate my body and still want it to get stronger. Nothing was wrong with me lifting 285 pounds or whatever the number was that day, but I'm still working at getting stronger. Not because I'm not okay where I'm at, but that doesn't mean I have to stay there. I can respect my current abilities and still pursue growth. I don't have to hate where I am or who I am in order to change, to improve. In fact, I think appreciation creates better results than criticism. Because when you appreciate something, you're going to tend to care for it more. When you constantly criticize something, though, you often want to avoid it, punish it, ignore it. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. Acceptance means starting from reality instead of fighting it. One of the things I ask clients sometimes, tell me everything you are. Tell me your identity. Tell me everything about you, not your weight, you. And so suddenly I'm hearing I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I am a friend, a nurse, teacher, caregiver. Maybe I'm a business owner, a volunteer, creative, loyal, kind, resilient, strong. And it just keeps going on and on. And somewhere along the way, many women reduce all of that down to the number on the scale. A number that can fluctuate because of your sodium intake, your hormones, your stress level, travel, if you're hydrated or not, or even if you're hydrated in a good way, whether or not you've lifted weights, 100 other factors. You are so much more, so much bigger than your weight. People often think confidence comes from reaching a goal. Sometimes it does, but lasting confidence usually comes from keeping promises to yourself. That's different. Showing up, trying again, learning, being willing to fail sometimes, being willing to be seen doing it all, being willing to continue. Confidence grows when you build evidence that you can trust yourself, not because you became perfect, but because you kept going. All right, your challenge this week. Ask yourself, what am I hoping weight loss will give me? I want you to write down the answer. Is it confidence, pride, peace, freedom, acceptance? What comes up? Then ask yourself, is there a way I can start creating, I can begin creating some of that now on my own? Not after I lose the weight, but right now. And so, because I don't want you postponing your life until some future version of yourself arrives, the future version of you is being built by the choices that you're making today. And she deserves your respect now, not just when she reaches a certain number. If you have been chasing weight loss for years and you're realizing the struggle goes deeper than food, I want to help. Coaching isn't just about what am I supposed to eat? What am I supposed to do? It's about learning how to trust yourself, solve obstacles, stop tying your worth to the scale. If that sounds like something you need, schedule a free call with me. coachingkara.com/free call. We'll talk about where you're stuck and what it would look like to move forward with more self trust and less self criticism. Until next time, remember, you don't have to earn your worth. You already have it. I'll see ya.